Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Nakie and thank you so much for stopping by. On today's menu we are making Toolo beef fried rice. This recipe was invented by Nii and AJ. Yes, I'll tell you the details as we go on. Let's get started. And this is my cured beef, or as most Ghanaians will call it, Toolo beefy. It's really salty and I like to cut mine into smaller pieces, but you could cut yours into any sizes that you prefer. So as I said, this recipe was inspired and invented by Nii and AJ. So Nii basically made this recipe and I'm like, okay, Nii, I'm really gonna steal this recipe. I've not really seen somebody using Toolo beef to make fried rice before. I'm like, okay. So I told him I was gonna steal his recipe and he's won an invoice to it. And yes, I'm gonna send you an invoice because this recipe was so good. I love the Toolo beef in this fried rice. I never tried it before and this was my first time and it was so good. So in the pot, I put my oil and let it heat up a little bit, and I put my salted beef in it. I'm stir frying it for about 1 minute, and I'm gonna cover it for it to cook for about additional 1 to 2 minutes. So this process is basically like you making your regular rice and oil with your tulu beef. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So if you know how to make your basic rice and oil, that's it. But this you have to add the tulu beef because without the tulu beef, it's not near an AJ's tulu beef fried rice. You have to add the tulu beef because it just gives that flavor, brings the fried rice to a different level. It was really good. Give it a try and you're never gonna be disappointed. So I added my sliced onions to it. I let it stir fry for additional 1 to 2 minutes. And yeah, I'm adding my rice. I'm using jasmine rice. Use any rice of your choice. And I like to fry my rice a little bit because I want my rice to like come out in grains. So I don't want like to be mushy. So when you stir fry it, it helps it to become really grainy when it's well done. Okay, so I stir fry it for about 2 minutes and I'm going to be adding my water to it. So at this point, you just want to cook your rice to the way you like it. If you want it really like really mushy or soft, just add a little bit more water to it. But if you don't, just don't add too much. Add a little bit at a time so you could get the right texture you want. Okay, so yeah, so I cooked this rice for about 30 minutes because of jasmine. Jasmine really don't take long to cook. I put aluminum foil on top for the heat to cook through it, and in about 30 to 35 my rice was done. And my rice is ready, and look how grainy it looks, like a bako bako. Yeah, that's exactly how we Ghanaians will call it. Yeah, so but if you want it really mushy, add more water to it, and that's it. I'm going to set this aside and we're going to continue with our rice. So I'm using shrimps. I'm going to add shrimps to my fried rice. It is washed, deveined, whatever it has to be done on this shrimp, it is done. I'm adding some ginger powder, some garlic powder. I have my onion powder. I'm also going to be using this Bedia all-purpose seasoning. I'm also using this 1/4 of this shrimp tablet or star cube. Use any seasoning of your choice. So in a pot, I added some oil and I'm going to stir fry my shrimps. So if you don't like shrimps, use any meat of your choice, beef, pork, chicken, anything that you prefer, all right? I just love the shrimp, that's why I'm adding it to this fried rice. But if you're making Toolo beef fried rice, please add a little bit of the Toolo beef because that's what makes it the Toolo beef, because Toolo beef have a strong flavor to it, like the cured beef. It has a strong flavor to it. So when you use a little bit in your food, it takes it all over to a different level. So I stir fried my shrimp for about 5 minutes, and yeah, shrimp doesn't take long to cook. So that's it. I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna stir fry the rest of it. So Nii and AJ, they are couples channel, YouTube couple channel, and they are real. one of the real couples channels that they don't fake anything. Everything that they do on their channel are so real. I love them. The reason why Nii made this food for AJ, I'm not gonna tell you. I want you to head into their channel and you're gonna see. It was, I don't know, it was emotional, it was fun. I don't know how to put it into one word, but yeah, go ahead to their channel and you're gonna see why this Toolo beef fried rice was invented. So after frying the shrimp, I added my sliced onions to it. I fried it for less than a minute because I didn't want it to be really soft. All right, so just a little bit. And this is the vegetable I'm using. Use any vegetable that you prefer. I have this in my freezer, so I'm like, why not? I could use it. You could use the fresh one too if you prefer. And I'm pouring this into a bowl because it was frozen. I just want to thaw it out a little bit, so I added a little bit water for it to sit for about 1 minute and for the ice to come off before using it. So in about 1 minute, I'm adding my ginger paste. If you have the fresh ginger, go ahead and use it. This come in handy, so yeah, why not? So I gave this a stir for about 30 seconds, and yeah, I'm adding my curry powder to it. And it's time for me to add my vegetables. So I give this a quick stir to make sure everything is well mixed together with the curry powder, with the onions. And yeah, I didn't cook this for long. This cooked for about 1 minute. And I'm adding my stock cube. So I want a little bit of kick, a little bit of spiciness to my fried rice. So I'm using one scotch bonnet pepper. And I'm grating this one. Because it's frozen, that's why it's easy for me to grate it. But if it's not frozen, you might have to use your knife to cut it into pieces. Or you could use like a cayenne pepper or any chili pepper, the powdered one, if you prefer it really spicy. And I'm adding my salt to it. At this point, I'm adding my frozen bell peppers. Yeah, it looks like that because it was frozen, and I put in a little bit of water to thaw it out. But it's still good. I love it. Use the fresh one if you have it, or use the fresh one if you prefer. Everything is done. All I need to do is just add my rice to it. The cooked rice that we did earlier on with the total beef or the cured beef. As you add your rice, make sure you stir it so that everything is well mixed together. So you don't have like the rice, like the plain rice sitting on one side and all the other stuff on the other side. Alright, so give it a really good stir. And that's it. Our fried rice is almost done. There's one more thing, that's our shrimps to add, and we are almost done. And our shrimps goes in there. And our Toolo beef fried rice is done. This was so good. I loved it. I'm happy I tried it. And this is my go-to fried rice from now on. So Nii, thank you so much for that recipe. I loved it. You also can make this rice without a Toolo beef if you don't like the beef or you don't like the salty parts of the beef. Just use any protein of your choice. Go with this recipe and trust me, it will still taste good. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. I hope you give this recipe a try and I know you would love it. And thank you so much Nii and AJ for this recipe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And if you love this video, please give me a thumbs up. Until I come your way next time with another video. This is Cook with Nakie. Be good to yourself. Be good to everybody. It goes a long way.